Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going into the Extra Life event. So we've built a deck especially for this, but before I get into it, Extra Life is a nice little charity that I highly recommend you guys actually get involved in. The way to actually support Extra Life is to go to the store and then buy the Extra Life sleeves. Most of them are My Little Pony, which I imagine is not for many people. However, there is this wonderful little Ajani Extra Life sleeve, so I would really encourage all of you guys to at least buy one sleeve to support the sick kids and the wonderful charity this time around. So, you know, we're doing our part. We're going to be playing some Pony Power today. The Extra Life event is pretty simple. It's essentially standard. However, you start at 21 life because you get an extra life. See what you did there, wizards. And all of the creatures actually get an extra piece of toughness as well, which it kind of meant that this deck kind of built itself. We had to go with Pony Power. So Pony Power is a high alert list, and yeah, we're running our My Little Pony sleeves. Good stuff right there. So, High Alert says, each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power, and creatures can attack as though they didn't have Defender, which doesn't really apply in our deck. I actually tried to make sure that we had as few Defenders as possible. The only actual Defender in the deck is Resolute Watchdog, a 1/3 for 1, which in the Extra Life event means it is a 1/4. High Alert will mean that is actually a 4/4 for 1 mana. And this might be one of the few places where Yoked Ox is playable, because this is a 1 mana 5/5 if you have either High Alert or the equal version of it, Huatli the Sun's Heart as well. 3 mana for a 7 loyalty Planeswalker. Again, the passive allows you to assign combat damage equal to toughness rather than power. And you can also gain a little bit of life as well. If your opponents are playing Cavalcade, then you can minus Huatli, especially if you've got like spare Huatlis or a High Alert in play. So yeah, we're basically a high toughness deck. So I'm not going to go through too many of the pieces here, but there is a nut drawer I do want to mention. If you've got probably about 3 lands in your opener and an Arboreal Grazer, you can actually get High Alert down as early, or Huatli as well, as early as turn 2, which means this is a 1 mana 3/3 on turn 2 ready to swing in, which is pretty good. And then from there you are just destroying your opponent basically. You remember, everything has an extra little bit of power, so Merfolk Secret Keeper, we're not going to be using the mill side of this. This is basically a 1 mana 5/5. 1 mana 5/5 in Yoked Ox, 1 mana 4/4, and then we got Daybreak Chaplain, which is a 2 mana 4/4 with lifelink. We're even running Tomic as well, because Tomic actually has flying, which makes him quite useful. In addition to the fact that he actually locks Nissa out of the game as well. Lands on the battlefield and land cards in graveyards can't be the target of spells your opponents control. So this is a 2 mana 4/4 flyer that actually stops Nissa from being able to tick up, essentially. Now, I don't expect that to be too effective, since Nissa doesn't come too far away from good old Oko, who will shut off the deck a little bit there. But I imagine if Oko's ticking up on our creatures, then he's not making 3/3s of his own, and we'll pretty much just beat him down with Elk aggro in a nutshell anyway, so not too much of an issue there. We also have Fae of Wishes as well, which is a really nice piece to the deck. This is a 2 mana 5/5, but it does have the Granted spell on it, which allows us to cast a non-creature card from outside the game and reveal it and put it into our hands. So we've basically, you may notice I'm missing a Huatli in here. It's actually in the sideboard. So we've basically got 4 High Alerts, 3 Huatlis, and then another 4 Huatlis, but we can only really cast that on turn 5. It's just in case we are really struggling to find one of our combo pieces. We have 4 extra copies of it, essentially, with the Fae of Wishes, which we can then go to pay the 2 mana and actually make that 5/5. Finally, the one of note is Tower Defense. Creatures you control get +0/+5 for 2 mana and reach. It's basically a 2 mana +5/+5 Anthem effect for all of your creatures, which is insane. And if we're struggling with our High Alert, this is one of the ways that we can actually deal damage. Ironroot Warlord is a 3 mana 6/6 with High Alert. Otherwise, though, it actually gets power equal to the number of creatures we control, and we can make a 1/1 for 5 mana. So this is actually a nice way to actually kill creatures if we are really struggling to find our high alert. But mostly, we are an aggressive deck. We are going to hopefully kill our opponent in a couple of turns, so expect some quick games from us. The mana base speaks for itself. I'm not entirely sure if Fabled Passages should be in here for that reason alone. I think maybe some basics would probably be better than this card, but 4 Breeding Pool, 4 Temple Garden, 4 Hallowed Fountain, and then the basics, as I mentioned. Yeah, it pretty much speaks for itself. The sideboard is not full, because honestly, I reckon most of this stuff is filler. The only thing that you really need in your sideboard 9 times out of 10 is going to be a Huatli's Sun's Heart. But we have a few little pieces in here, like Sorcerer's Spyglass to take care of Planeswalkers, Stealth Mission to give creatures unblockable, Unbreakable Formation to give them indestructible, should we suspect that our opponent has a board wipe, Veto to protect our stuff, the extra copy of Tower Defense as well for that pump, Veil of Summer as protection from all sorts, and Maximize Altitude if we need that +1/+1 and flying. You never know, you might need it. And finally, Gideon's Sacrifice to defend against damage-based stuff. We can just apply that to one of our creatures, and then we're not really going to die. It's kind of like a fog, as long as you've got creatures. So pretty useful, but most of all, the only reason we're really going to be running a sideboard is for Huatli's Sun Heart, so I wouldn't really concern yourself with the sideboard too much. The 5 slots in it are just going to be completely like 1% chance that it's going to be relevant kind of filler cards. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. I hope you enjoy, and make sure to support the Extra Life charity as well. It's dead kind of you. Go and do it. Alright, gameplay time. Alrighty then, we're in, and this hand doesn't look terrible. It's got the high alert, so with a hand in this particular deck, you want to make sure that you at least have 1 copy of high alert or Huatli's Sun's Heart, and obviously we've got this one here, so we've got a turn 1 4/4 and a turn 2 4/4 essentially. Oh sorry, this is a 5/5 because we're in the Extra Life event, and then by turn 3 we've got our high alert. So yeah, the only issue, again, as I mentioned in the deck tech, is going to be this Fabled Passage when we actually decide to play it, is going to be the stickler. It could be now, honestly, instead of just getting a Secret Keeper down. Keeps our opponent guessing as to what we're playing, I suppose, so yeah, I might as well do that. We can just skip turn 2 and then just go straight to... it's turn 1, sorry, and then go straight to... get to our high alert and start throwing out creatures. I think we should be just fine. There's not really a colour we need specifically, so I guess I'll get blue, because most of the hand is blue. So we got our blue, white, green, and we're good. So, yeah, let's just drop down a Secret Keeper, and just play a tap land so we don't have to shock ourselves. That's a 5/5, and we're ready to start hitting our opponent for a quarter of their life total on turn 3. This deck, yesterday, I was playing this to do my dailies, and I actually went 4-0 with it in this event, so really not too many issues whatsoever. Nobody's running enchantment removal or anything like that, so in comes the 5/5s. Let's go. Next turn, we can play a 5/5 and another 5/5, I guess, and that's 15 points ready to go the turn after next. It's pretty disgustingly aggressive, this deck, if your opponent can't deal with it. Yorvo, okay. That's a big boy, but we've got flying Fae of Wishes, so we really just don't care. Let's go with the Breeding Poo. And, yep, let's get a 5/5 out. And another 5/5. And we're going to swing in with our 5/5. There we go. Our opponent can get aggressive with their Yorvo, but we've got essentially lethal coming in. There's not really too much to worry about here. If we get another Fae of Wishes off the top, we could actually go and search our sideboard for the Maximize Altitude, give this flying, and we win. But yeah, our opponent just can't keep up, and that's high alert. This is what this deck does pretty consistently. It's weird. As long as you have a high alert or a Huatli, I think the game's pretty much won. There's not too many enchantment removal spells, and obviously nobody's really getting in at your Huatli. She's also very high in loyalty as well, so she can take a hit or two before you really have to worry about that. So yeah, let's go for another game. Alrighty then, we've got a 2-lander, but we do have a Hyler and a Huatli, so all we really need is a 3rd land here. We could get aggressive with our land drops and go breeding pool, but I think like last game, I'm just going to probably maybe fire off my Fabled Passage. That being said, it is a little bit minimal change, but maybe not cracking our Fabled Passage does technically increase my odds of finding the 3rd land we need, so I might actually shock myself on the breeding pool here. Especially since we got 21 life. Thank you, extra life. Alright, yeah, let's do that. It'd be nice if one of these was an Arboreal Grazer, and then all we'd need is a land off the top for a turn 2 Hyler or Huatli. Definitely would be pretty tasty then. It's weird as well. One of the strange things that I've noticed about this event is this is probably my 6th or 7th game at this point, and not once have I seen this deck. This seems like the immediate go-to, and yet I don't see it. I just see people running their net decks. I guess it is what it is. Alright, we are going to have to crack the Fabled Passage if we want any chances of Hyler or Huatli coming down next turn, so we're going to have to reduce the odds on our next draw of drawing a land, but it is what it is. We can get a white source, and then pretty much any land except for another Fabled Passage is good enough. But, you know, we can still drop down a Chaplain or a Fae of Wishes, something like that, if we choose to do so. I imagine our opponent's playing some Oko shenanigans, which is no surprise to anyone. It's the reason why I don't want to play Standard right now. So, you know. Can we all just agree not to play Oko anymore? Because nobody likes Oko. I don't even think the people playing Oko like Oko. They just play it because they think they need to. Ooh, Sultai. Sultai Oko. Alright, good stuff. Yeah, I guess I'll just go with the Chaplain. Save Fae of Wishes until later, I guess. Let's get the Chaplain down. It's a 4-4. And we pass the turn. We really just need that 3rd land. Here comes Oko, because he's always in the opener. Would have played him last turn if they didn't have a Guild Gate, I imagine. Come on. Oh, Risen Reef. Okay. Okay. As we mentioned, though, it's not really too much of an issue, because obviously Oko makes 3/3s and we make 5/5s. That sucks. Alright, no lands for us. I guess we're just going to play out a Fae of Wishes. And we'll just gain 1 life, because we can. Probably could have played my Fae of Wishes 2nd main, so they don't block here. But, you know. It's minimal stuff. Once we got our land, does it really look like we've got an issue? I'm not sure about that. I think we're going to be just fine. But, yeah. Looks like Golos without Field of the Dead. Opponent hasn't really got the update, I guess. Yep, just gain 1 life. Easy enough. Come on, 3rd land. That's all we need. We are running 23 lands? Something like that. I'm not sure. Not too many, anyway. There's a Fabled Passage. 1 land that we don't want to draw. Deck. I'm talking to you. Because I know you're listening. I do not want a Fabled Passage. But I do want a land. Because then I'm swinging for 14. And I need to do that. I need to swing for 14. So I imagine they're going to go get red mana. I have no idea what they're playing. It's probably a Golos list, though, if I had to guess. And just trying to value. Yeah, is it Guild Gate? How many gates have they got now? 1, 2, 3. Oh, deck. Oh, deck. You gave me the worst creature as well. That is just... That's a tilt. Alright. Yeah, just play another Secret Keeper then, I guess. There's really not too much we can do. There's no board wipe that actually like kills us right now. Again, I should have played this 2nd main. But here we are. Yeah, even like Chandra Minus doesn't do anything. Star of Extinction rotated. That's probably the biggest damage dealer. I guess destroy all non-giants is definitely a thing. But Gates Ablaze, not going to be a problem until a few turns from now, when inevitably we will draw our land, and then it won't matter. Just you watch. Time Wipe. Good stuff. Alright, continuing to disappoint. 3 lands, eh? There's a Risen Reef. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I should have overcommitted there, but I don't know. I was kind of expecting a land like 5 turns ago, and naturally I didn't find one. Alright, Risen Reef double triggers. See if they get some lands. Rubbing it in, I see. Oh, you got 2 lands? That's rude. You gonna share? I really wish you'd share. Come on. Let me have that 5/5. There we go. Alrighty then. So, how do we want to go about this? I think we want to lead off with the Huatli, and the reason for that is if they've got Agent of Treachery, I'd rather them steal Huatli than High Alert, because High Alert actually enables my Resolute Watchdogs, but Huatli doesn't. So it's one of those weird situations. We're just going to get in, we're not going to minus, we don't need the 5 life. And yeah, we're now pressuring our opponent, finally. We do have a +5/+5, so if we can get something cool done, that'd be great. We got a Tail's End, okay, and Escape to the Wilds as well. So they can make lots of land drops, but Feel the Dead's banned, my friend. Or is it? It should be, right? Or is it not banned in this format? That would be a horrendous mistake. But I'm pretty sure this is literally just standard. So they're gonna crack the Fable Passage? Yes, no? Chance for Glory. Yeah, I know what this is. This is a meme deck. So Chance for Glory will say that you lose the game at the beginning of the next end step. However, Tail's End will counter that ability. So yeah, they're gonna watch out though, because the game does not really like this combo so much. But Risen Reefs are now officially indestructible, and they don't lose indestructible as well. It's one of the things on this card right here. Creatures you control gain indestructible. They don't lose it. And then you get an extra turn. Let's see what they can do. Yeah, so we're going to try and take as many extra turns as possible, but the board state's not really that crazy right now. Now it is. Alright. What are you taking? Take my... Don't take my land. That's rude. It's alright. Didn't need it anyway. I wasn't going to do anything cool anyway. Like, we all know that. Alright. Cool. Chance for Glory. Sure. Need to leave 2 mana open. And this is one of the reasons why we didn't tick down Huatli, just in case. That's an oops. Yeah, this deck that our opponent's playing, if you don't put an end step stop on it, it will just lose you the game. So, we shouldn't have won that, I don't think. We needed a land for a High Alert, and then hope that they don't have another Agent of Treachery. I think realistically we were going to lose that game, but yeah, Magic Arena's not built for this combo. You need that end step stop, otherwise this trigger just auto-resolves. I don't think anyone at Wizards really expected anyone to counter this trigger, which is stupid, because, you know, you should be able to react to this. But it is what it is. Live and learn. I'm sure they will probably rage quit and stop playing Magic right now, as many people did when Oko took over. But let's go for another game. Okay, and oh my god, this game is really, it's saving the nut draws for when I'm not recording, I swear to god. So if we had 1 green source in our hand, not Fable Passage, mind you, this is a turn 2 High Alert into turn 3 Warlord, which is a 6/6. So, you know, this was a card away from a nut draw, but unfortunately, it's not a nut draw. Yeah, that's the way it's got to be. Alright, but we're going to keep it, though. There's literally nothing wrong with this hand, other than that. So, yeah, let's just go with the Fable Passage. Let's crack it for green. Can save it to make our opponent think we're a different colour. I don't care. Fable Passage for them. Maybe they do me the same courtesy, because I don't care what colour you are. This hand gives no Fs about what you're doing. Alright, that's a 4/4. We're going to get that Hallowed Fountain in tapped. We're going to play this island. And we're going to play a 5/5. Next turn we high alert, and we're swinging for 9. And that's why we don't care. We don't care what you're doing. Rakdos, gotcha. Rakdos with Fabled Passage is an odd one. Death Touch, you say? That's annoying. But we'll get over it. All attack. We are all about the Smork life. So next time we can play Grazer, Chaplain, and we lose 1 creature here. And we're putting down 2 next turn. The only thing we have to worry about is board wipes, and this doesn't seem like the board wipe kind of deck. It looks like the Aristocracy style. Yeah, I can race a Dreadhorde Butcher all day. So, opponent gets the counter on. We don't care. We actually get even... We could do Warlord and Grazer. I guess maybe that's what we want to do. Let's swing in for 4 first. See what our opponent wants to do. An extra life, emblem, putting most of our creatures out of removal range, which is solid work. Alright. Nice chump block for us. We love it. Yeah, let's just play the Warlord as a 6/6 and get down a 4/4 as well. Going to be pretty hard for our opponent to butcher their way through this one, dealing only 2 power when it dies. So we're going to need like hard removal, and even then I can get through with I block with my Grazer. Angrath's Rampage, sack a tapped creature. Gotcha. What's next? More removal? More removal. Alright, well, get rid of the 4/4. And there's no attacks for you. Beautiful. That's Atomics. That's a 4/4 flyer. Yeah, we're just going to get him for 6. See if they want a chump block. I doubt it. Could even pay the 4 to just untap the Warlord, but I kind of value putting down something like Tomic since it's quite hard to cast. I kind of want it down there. I imagine our opponent's got more removal as well, so I don't want a 3rd Angrath's Rampage killing my Warlord. And I'd kind of like them to spend their turn trying to remove things rather than actually doing anything meaningful. Cool. Alright, yeah, opponent's on the back foot as soon as turn 2, which is pretty sweet. I like it. And out aggroing Rakdos. That's why I like this deck. It's an unorthodox aggro deck, and it's pretty cool. And it just really favours this event, which is why I'm so surprised people are just playing net decks. But I guess there's nothing really deep down to actually earn from this event. It only gives you a Happily Ever After, which is a nice flavor win from Wizards. Really appreciate that. So, you know, it's, I don't know. You don't really need a deck to grind with this one, so I imagine people are just doing it for the card style, playing whatever deck they fancy, but, you know, I wanted to play around with the emblem, you know? I wanted to actually play the game as it was meant to be played, I guess, but, you know, let's have one more game, I reckon. Alright, we're in, and we're up against Senpai, please forgive me. This hand doesn't have a Quatley or a High Alert in it, so it's dead to me. And this one has both. Awkward mana, but it's something that we can work with. I don't know which one I want to get rid of, to be honest. If we get Thought Erasured, that's going to be rough, but I don't reckon we're going to get Thought Erasured. I'm pretty confident that won't happen, so... Yeah, I'm probably going to get rid of a Whatley in this hand so that we have a lot of aggression once we get our 3rd land. And obviously our Boreal Grazer is not really going to be doing too much in this hand at all, to be honest. We're going to crack Fabled Passage turn 1, turn 2. If we draw our 3rd land, then we've got that ready to go, I suppose. But, yeah, I don't need the Whatley. High Alert will be good enough. There's so little enchantment removal going around right now, so you don't really have to worry about it. Again, as usual, if you're playing professionally, don't crack your Fabled Passages the moment you get them. Unless, of course, it's maybe the 4th land and you need that mana. But I care not for being professional. So we're just going to crack it so that the game doesn't ask me to do anything on my opponent's turn when I clearly have nothing to do. So, what's our opponent playing? Once Upon a Time. So yeah, if you're playing in a professional setting, with Arena, you'd want to keep that Fabled Passage open just so that priority is being held on turn 1, just in case you may want to convince your opponent that you're playing Oko, which our opponent is, Wicked Wolf. They very, very interestingly want to play good old fun magic. Goody. We're going to decline this one, because actually what we're going to do is shock it in. Grazer puts it in tapped. So, you know, we miss out on putting down a 4-4 here, and potentially playing High Alert next turn, which an Oko is going to be really bad against. So we're not too fussed about that. Really need the land, though. We whiff, but we do get to put down a 5-5 and a 4-4. And pass them up. Still adding to the board. We're not dealing damage to our opponent, which is less than ideal, but, you know, as soon as we find that High Alert, then we're straight out of the gates and our opponent's immediately on the back foot, which is what we're trying to do anyway. So, Wicked Wolf, only going to be a 3-4. There's Oko. We don't care.
I'm certain you're quite charmed to meet
We just need a land. That's all we need. Just a land. Our problems are solved. We're probably going to ignore Oko altogether as well. Just saw that highlight. Why are you doing this to me, game? Why? I land and we win this one and it's not even a competition. It is actually the easiest game of all time. But yeah, the game just doesn't want us to win against Oko, and that's fair. That's fine. I don't want to play standard either. Fabled Passage, gets a forest. You gonna play that Wicked Wolf and fight my Grazer or something? Sacking a food to make it have extra power so that it dies. Or you're just gonna play something bigger? Nessa maybe. We got Tomic if we can draw a land. That'd be great. I just want to High Alert my opponent. I don't really care what they're doing. But I'm pretty sure the crack of the Gilded Goose means that this is a Nissa right here. Ban this deck. Ban it. It's not fun. This is the reason you've seen 0 standard on the channel this week. This right here. Not interested. Untaps. Fun has happened. Wow. Floats the mana. You got it. Uh-huh. So they get to play Nissa, make a 3-3, and they get to kill my creatures.
The land shall conquer you.
Here he comes. We'll fight the Watchdog. Wolf on dog action. Sure. Gotta crack the food so it's tapped. Need a land. A land and we're in a really nice spot. So there's no reason to actually sack because it doesn't actually do anything, so... Help yourself. Land. Land, 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 land. Land. Give me a land. Food token. Land.
Welcome to the feast.
Yeah. Land. No? Okay, we had fun. Let's go for another more fun game. Okay, we're in, and once again, it seems there is no High Alert nor a Huatli in our otherwise very good hands, so we're going to have to mulligan this one, which is a good time all around. Yeah, you just mull at least the first time until you got your High Alert or Huatli. And we got both, but we've got one less land than we would otherwise want, so good stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to dump a Huatli. High Alert's much better, so yeah. Opponent gets to go first. Do not Thought Erasure me. Under any circumstances. I wish to have fun. Alright. Well, Fabled Passage. We're not actually going to crack this one because we want to increase the odds of drawing a land here. We certainly don't want to crack double white anyway on the Fabled Passage, so we're not going to be playing anything next turn. Leafkin Druids. Alright, so there's an Oko involved somewhere. Land drop. Say go. Yeah. There he is. Terribly surprised. Yeah, that's a food token.
One bite, and all your cares are gone.
There we go. Alright, so we can play Temple Garden. We can play Atomic, which will be a 3-3. Once Oko's got his hands on it. But next time we get to High Alert, there's not really much our opponent can do, except for play Nissa and win. And then have more fun than we do, I guess. Ugh. Food token. Gotcha.
Surely you must be famished.
Wicked Wolf. Kill Tomic. Gotcha. Cracks of food. Feels like the same game as last time. And the time before that. Alright, let's grab an island. So we can play High Alert. And then do nothing. So good news, our win con is an enchantment, so Oko can piss off. Tap land, say go. And we can make a 4-4 and a 5-5, or 3-3, sorry, it's an elk. Forgot about that. And then they play Nissa. You gonna play Nissa? Of course you're gonna play Nissa.
And all your cares are gone.
Just play Nissa. Oh wow, they didn't. I'm legitimately surprised. Okay, so we're gonna try and out Elko our opponent, I guess. That's the best we can do. We can actually go Fave Wishes and get Sorcerer's Spyglass for next turn. Might be worthwhile doing. I think that might be a little bit far gone though, unfortunately. He's kind of already done his job. But it would shut him down for forever. So let's get Granted going. Let's go and grab a Sorcerer's Spyglass out of our sideboard. It's the reason why we got 2 copies, so that we can protect ourselves from Oko's grasp. And then we can do something like Tomic, Sorcerer's Spyglass. Tomic shutting down Nissa. So basically, their Planeswalkers are out of the game, for the most part. Short of them top decking another Wicked Wolf and fighting my Tomic, which obviously will happen. But you know, it is a thing. That's a 3-4. Alright. We can beat 3-4s. We have 5-5s and 6-6s. But we are on 8, so we gotta work fast. Gotta work fast. Give me a land. Untap land. Not a shock land. Although, I might be fine with a shock land. I'm not sure. We'll see. Tough decision for our opponent. Do they want to play the card to the left or the card to the right? That's a 4-4. Alright, so let's just... I guess we're just going to shut down Elko. We want to name Oko Thief of Crowns, not the Trickster. And yeah, I think we're going to play a 4-4 to block their food token. Although we're actually just dead, right? I should have played Yoke Tox, because they've got that. Yeah, they've got the wolf in their hand. So, I punted this game. My willingness to live killed me, I guess. Tough decision. How are they gonna do it? Actually, no, I live by a point, right? Because lifelink. Oh. And they're also a fool. They're also a fool. Alright, so I'm gonna gain 4 more life. Okay. So we probably win now. That's how our opponent wants to play it. That's how we'll play it. Alright, so let's make a 6-6. And a 5-5. And they can swap a food token, I suppose. It still leaves us alive. And then we get to play 2 more creatures next turn. They're not going to swap a... Oh, actually, yeah, they can do that, because, yeah. Shame, Scoop. Go away. Nobody likes you. So yeah, they could have swapped a food token there for any of my creatures. This is a little bit of a UI mistake, in my personal opinion. High Alert giving my creatures power is not really a thing that it should do, because it's technically still a 0/6, or, well, this is a 2/6, and this is a 0/5. It basically shows it up. It should probably have a different color for the power. But yeah, Oko's perfectly legal to swap a food token for one of my creatures there. So at least they've got a better block, a better attack. But yeah, they're not getting through because we've locked... Oh, no, sorry. Oh, yeah. This. Shut up, Tom. Shut up. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. A bit of a depressing end because Oko needs to be banned. Wizards, please. For the love of Christ, ban it so I can have fun and everyone else can. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's a lot of fun, this deck. It's pretty easy to get your dailies on, but we have about, I think it's 42 hours left on the extra life thing, so it's the best place to do your dailies, because honestly there's less Oko in here than everywhere else. So yeah, do your dailies in here, play Pony Power, because it's a really fun deck, and I think it's reasonably cheap, right? Let's see, we got any rares in here? Got any rares? Four Fate Wishes. We've got a few rares. Yeah, the Mana Base, the Fate of Wishes, and the Tomics, which you could probably swap these out for something, but I really wouldn't. They're pretty sick cards, but yeah, a lot of fun this deck. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to support Extra Life either by purchasing some Brony sleeves or by just simply going into the store, doing some Extra Life Ajani sleeves. Not a big fan of this one, so I just bought the Brony ones because I'm a weirdo. But yeah, please support Extra Life. I'd really like it if you did that. I'm sure everyone else would. Sorry. But yes, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.